Good afternoon from Carson Park in Eau Claire. Zaleski Sports presents Big Rivers Conference Baseball. And a great matchup today between the New Richmond Tigers, who come to town 7-0 overall, 1-0 in Big Rivers Conference play, against the Eau Claire North Huskies. North is 2-0 in conference play, 4-4 overall. Hello again, everybody. I'm Bob Bradovich, joined up in the booth by former Eau Claire Memorial head coach Dave Sparger. And Spargs, it seems like we've got great baseball weather for some Big Rivers Conference action, and two teams that really hope to be in the mix in that conference race.
Yeah, exactly right. These two teams come in with a lot of people coming back from last year, a lot of talent. And I tell you what, I'm a little bit really excited for this new Richmond team. You know, we've watched them grow up in front of our eyes the last couple of years as all these seniors has now played 3 years of varsity or 2 years of varsity. And this is kind of their year. They've been really preparing themselves for this season with a lot of experience. So New Richmond's coming in as really one of the favorites.
New Richmond Tigers 1-0 in BRC play. They defeated Eau Claire Memorial last week in New Richmond 9-2. That was last Tuesday. The Thursday game got rained out. And I think you look at that game as well as their win over DC Everest 9-2, and you start thinking, okay, here's a team that's definitely capable of competing in Division I. And you touched on it, Sparks, a lot of guys that have had varsity experience here playing in BRC baseball, and a lot of multi-sport athletes as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, it all starts for them on the mound. You look at some of their scores, they've only been at 1-1, 2-3, 1-1. So they're doing it on the mound this year and defensively.
Right now at Carson Park, our national anthem. For the Eau Claire North Huskies, this will be their third game at Carson Park. 1 week ago, Huskies swept Rice Lake by scores of 11-1 and 20-4. And Sparks, for as long as I can remember, and I think you can attest for this because you coached against the Huskies for so many years, North historically a really good hitting team.
Yeah, absolutely. That's been their forte for as long as I can remember, is they could hit the ball. A little different last year. That was one of their Achilles heel last year, was they just didn't have a lot of guys with big averages, and so they relied heavily on their pitching and their defense. A little bit similar this year again, but you do have guys coming back like Moss and Gorman and Pankratz and Shipman that have a lot of varsity experience and really have raised their batting average this year as opposed to last year. And Levante Bean, somebody different, found that leadoff spot this year. Heck, he's hitting .438. So again, I think that's coming back for the Huskies. But again, their mainstay, pitching and fielding.
Caleb Moss on the mound for the Huskies today, the lefty. Jack Gorman is his catcher. Cameron Buckman over at first base. Aaron Gust at second. Zach Shipman plays third. Ben Metler is the shortstop. Outfield left to right, Levante Bean, Aiden Pankratz, and Paxton Bush. New Richmond's batting order looks like this. Leading off and playing first base, Max Kredovics. Reagan Driscoll, the shortstop, bats second. Gavin Terrace, the third baseman, bats third. Batting fourth, the second baseman, Matt Fowkes. Batting fifth is left fielder Max Dirks. Pitcher Aiden Eckert bats sixth. DH Alex Solberg will bat seventh. Catcher Brennett Scribner will bat eighth. Jordan Rice, the right fielder, bats ninth. And Alex Awney, the center fielder, will bat 10th. Beautiful day here at Carson Park. Partly cloudy, the sun is out, the grass is greened up nicely in just the last week or so. So, talking to some coaches ahead of time, they were really excited to get this game in and play some ball under some great conditions. Max Kretovics, a left-handed hitting first baseman, steps into the box. Game will start right on time at 4:30 p.m. Moss delivers strike one to Kretovics.
Like you said, Kretovics, the lefty, he's hitting .360 on the season, so he's trying to find himself on. He will steal a base for the Tigers.
That one catches a corner, and quickly Moss is ahead, 0-2.
That's what Caleb Moss has to do all day. He's got to get ahead. He's a smart left-handed pitcher. He's not going to overpower, but he's going to mix and match, take away, subtract, and really work in and out.
Lifted high in the air on the left side. Third baseman Zach Shipman, and foul ground makes the catch. Kretovics is retired for the first out here, top of one.
Yeah, great job right there by Caleb Moss. 3 pitches, 3 strikes. Gets that little infield pop-up. It's a great way to start out the game and save your pitch count.
Here's the shortstop, Reagan Driscoll. Driscoll, a senior. It's interesting, Sparks. You mentioned how a lot of these New Richmond guys, that one is ripped to left but hooking foul. Driscoll got all of that pitch. But you look at these guys and all of a sudden you're like, okay, now it's a senior-dominated lineup compared to these last couple of years. And Kretovics being an example, he's been a regular since his sophomore year. Guys like Nick Stellwright, same kind of deal. 0-1 pitch now to Driscoll is outside, 1-1. Moss trying to catch that outside corner, and that one's just a little bit outside, and it's 2-1.
Yeah, good take right there by Driscoll. Looking for that fastball, knew it was out. Now he's back even with that count, 2-1.
Breaking ball drops over, it's 2-2.
And a good one. It's the first one we've seen tonight, and that is a dandy right there.
3:19 down the line in left here at Carson Park. 4:10 out to dead center field. 3:02 down the line and right. Of course, the short porch there with the fan deck. Outfield playing medium deep and pretty much straight away for the right-handed hitting Regan Driscoll. 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball called strike 3.
Yeah, a little delay on that strike call, but he got the call. Tigers bench was a little surprised. But a good job again. Caleb Moss working ahead and getting that strikeout.
2 down, nobody out. And here's Gavin Terrace.
Terrace is hitting .545 on the season. He's been off to a great start.
He hammers one to left down the line, but just foul. A couple of well-hit balls this inning. Earlier one by Driscoll, and that one off the bat at Terrace. Oh, 1 pitch. Just a little bit low, and it's 1-1 to Terrace.
Pitching coaches always strive for their pitcher to get ahead in the count, and Moss has done that with all 3 hitters. He's gotten 0-1 and then worked from there.
Lifted high in the air right side. That one drifting toward the line, and it's the right fielder Paxton Bush. With the sunglasses down, makes the catch in fair territory. Tigers are retired in order. Huskies coming to bat when we return. You're watching high school baseball on Zaleski Sports.
At Ridgetop, we are your trusted, local, affordable exterior renovations expert. Isn't that right, Bo?
Exactly, especially when we are working on someone's biggest investment.
Can you give us an example, Bo?
Well, there was this house. We replaced the roofing, siding, and windows. Then, they left a 5-star review.
One of our thousands of 5-star reviews?
Exactly.
For your free, no-obligation estimate,
Call us today or go to ridgetopexteriors.com.
ZaleskiSports.com has leveled up. Go to ZaleskiSports.com and choose your favorite schools for easy navigation. From the homepage, choose your school to see team records, upcoming schedules, and past results. Use the video icon to launch the next broadcast. Use the arrow icon to watch any previous broadcasts. See the full weekly schedule too. Level up at ZaleskiSports.com.
Welcome back to Carson Park. Eau Claire North Huskies coming to bat. Bottom one in a scoreless game against the New Richmond Tigers. New Richmond's defensive lineup, Aiden Eckert, the lefty, is on the mound. Bennett Scribner behind the plate. Max Kretovics at first. Matt Folks at second. Gavin Terrace plays third. Regan Driscoll is the shortstop. Outfield left to right. Max Dirks, Alex Awney, Jordan Rice. Batting order for the North Huskies, Levante Bean will lead off and play left field. Pitcher Caleb Moss bats second. Catcher Jack Gorman batting third. Batting fourth, the center fielder Aiden Pankratz. Batting fifth, the right fielder Paxton Bush. Zach Shipman, the third baseman, bats sixth. Second baseman Aaron Gust will bat seventh. Batting eighth, the first baseman Cameron Buckman. And batting ninth, the shortstop Ben Metler. Being a multi-sport athlete for the Huskies. He's a running back on the football team. One of the new varsity starters from North this season.
Yeah, he's the new one, but he's sure off to a good start. Hitting .438 on the season, especially in that leadoff spot. That's crucial.
Takes a strike there from Eckert.
Eckert coming off a great game last week as he shut down Memorial Old Abe's and got the win there, and he just threw an outstanding game, so he's just looking to replicate what he did last week.
Swing and a miss. Bean couldn't catch up on the fastball.
Yeah, Eckert's a next-level pitcher. He has got the stuff to pitch at the collegiate level. He's got that fastball that can get by you, and he's got the good breaking stuff.
And Bean going the other way for a base hit.
How about that little half swing, just with two strikes, making sure he makes contact and pokes it into right field for the hit.
It'll bring up the pitcher, Caleb Moss. Whether it is skiing, hockey, or basketball this winter, Shepke Chiropractic has got your back. For all your sports-related injuries, you can rely on Shepke Chiropractic to get you back in the game. Visit them online at shepkechiropractic.com. Moss puts down the bunt. Eckert will get the out at first.
Well, no surprise there that Moss is putting the bunt down. That's something Huskies have always done. Willing to move runners over, sacrifice himself with a good bunt, get a guy in scoring position with one out.
Yeah, and that'll bring up Jack Gorman, who's another guy who's off to a good start hitting the baseball this season.
Yeah, just shy of 400, hitting .393, but again, he comes to the plate with some power. He can go gap to gap.
It's interesting. Center fielder Alex Awney relatively shallow in center. The right fielder Jordan Rice creeping in a little bit too. The left fielder Max Dirks is playing medium deep, but he is well off the line.
Yeah, it's not so much that Gorman's going to hit it over his head. It's just tougher to cover those gaps. If Gorman launches one in a gap, it's tough to chase down.
2 balls, no strikes to Jack Gorman.
I got a feeling Eckert will be real careful here. You got an open base for Gorman. He might just kind of work around him a little bit.
3 balls, no strikes to Gorman. Yeah, and judging by the way the outfield is playing, I'm getting the sense that they want to work Gorman away. They don't want to throw anything right in his kitchen. There's a strike that catches the outside corner, 3-1.
Yeah, that was a pitcher's pitch there. You're not swinging there, 3-0. So Gorman, good job taking that one. Like you said, outside corner and up a little bit.
Gorman works the walk. So the Huskies have runners at first and second. Check that, one down. And Aiden Pankratz coming to the plate.
And again, another good hitter starting out the season, 391 on the season. Just so much different than last year. Last year, at the beginning of the year, they were all about 200 to 250. Different story this year for the Huskies.
Yeah, you're totally right about that. It just seemed it took them a while to get the bats going, and that's a little uncharacteristic in this North program. Swing and a miss by Pankrats.
Yeah, that one got by him, that fastball.
A little bit of a wind today. It's blowing left to right, judging by the flag out there in center field. Again, challenging him with the fastball. Eckert is ahead in the count 1-2.
Yeah, the Huskies are going to have trouble handling that one. If you're going to chase that high fastball, that's going to be tough to catch up to.
Breaking ball, Pankrats gets a piece.
Yeah, good pitch, way out ahead of that one. Just barely fouled it off. Look for him to come back again with that high fastball right here.
One ball, two strikes. Fastball misses outside, 2-2.
Yeah, Eckert's not happy with himself right there. He knew what he wanted to do, just couldn't execute it.
That one misses outside, 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Well, good job by Aiden Pankrats here. He fell behind in the count, battled himself back to a full count. Eckert's got to come.
Check swing. Did he go? He did not. Another walk and the bases are full. The right fielder Paxton Bush steps in. Left-handed hitter.
Tell you what, if you're the Huskies, you've got to take advantage of this situation. 1 out, bases loaded. Sometimes you've got to get to a good pitcher earlier, else you won't get to him.
That one catches the corner. It's 0-1. Yeah, I would totally agree with you there, Sparks. Eckert working ahead. 0-2 now, the count on Paxton Bush.
Yeah, now he's got an opportunity to put him away, and that would really help him with 1 out. If you get the strike out here, you can back everybody up with 2 outs.
Corner infielders are in. Middle infielders at double play depth. Bush stays alive. Ground ball up the middle. Fowkes, the flip to Driscoll. Relay in time. 4-6-3 double play. Tigers get out of it. We're through 1 complete. We're scoreless at Carson Park between New Richmond and Eau Claire North. More baseball coming up right after this on Zaleski Sports.
Welcome to Bruce Orthodontics, where we provide comprehensive orthodontic care to patients of all ages. We are now accepting new patients, and we accept most insurances.
Orthodontics is much more than just a job to me. It is my passion and my life. What separates us from other orthodontists is constant continuing education for myself and my staff, compassion, and dedication. Here at Bruce Orthodontics, we change lives one smile at a time. I'd love the opportunity to meet you and transform your smile.
Call us to set up your free consultation today.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now.
Culligan Water specializes in all of your water softener, drinking water, and water filtration systems. You can count on Culligan to keep your water pure and healthy with unparalleled service and convenient delivery options. Top of 2 here from Carson Park. New Richmond will send up 4, 5, 6 in their lineup. Matt Fowkes, Max Dirks, and Aiden Eckert against North lefty Caleb Moss, who worked a 1-2-3 inning. Top of the first, a couple fly ball outs, and a called strikeout. Curveball didn't break. Folks ducked under the way and takes it for ball 1.
Almost hit his bat behind his head there.
Line to right, down the line, fair ball, into the corner. Fowkes rounding first. Here comes the throw. Fairly close play, and Fowkes is safe. Boy, that was really close. And Jordan Fish, the North head coach, is going to want the umpires to reconsider.
Yeah, that was a perfect relay throw. Good job out there in right field of Bush getting that up, hitting his cutoff, and a perfect relay. Looked like the throw beat him to the bag, but he got the call safe. So Fowkes continues hot hitting as he's hitting 500.
Yeah, Fowkes made that big turn at first and was kind of chugging his way into second, but you're right, the Bush got to that ball really quickly, unleashed a really good throw to Gust, and then Gust's throw to Mettler was quite close. 1-0 now to Max Dirks. A little roller, Shipman, the scoop, throw across. Fowkes trying to get to third, and he's in. So Dirks is retired. Fowkes moves over to third. Tigers have a runner at third, 1 out, and here's Aiden Eckert, the pitcher, a chance to help his own cause.
Aiden Eckert hitting 526. So you look in their order, 3, 4, 5 are all hitting over 500 on the season.
Eckert takes low for a ball. It's 1-0.
That'll do it.
Chop to second. Gus, nice play in the underhanded flip.
I'll tell you what, I'm surprised right there that Fowkes wasn't going on contact. Usually with 1 out in that situation, as soon as it's put in play, you take off. And if New Richmond does it right there, they score, because that ball was to the glove side. He had to kind of get out and go get it, so he would have scored. But in that case, they held him, and now they have 2 outs with a runner in third.
Here's the DH, Alex Solberg, trying to bring a run across. Huskies threaten bottom 1. Had him loaded up. Line drive, caught, knocked down by Shipman. Throw across, in time.
Oh, beauty play right there.
Both of these teams playing some defense. We will move to the bottom half of the second inning in a scoreless game when we return. You're watching Big Rivers Conference Baseball on Zaleski Sports.
Hi, I'm Josh Marks, owner of Infinity Exteriors. 9 out of 10 brand new roofs can't pass a simple manufacturer warranty inspection, meaning 9 out of 10 brand new roofs have no warranty. Infinity operates on principles instilled in my Marine Corps service: honor, courage, and commitment. Infinity is meticulous craftsmanship, unbeatable quality, and always at the best price. Infinity buys more, pays less, passing those savings directly to you. We're booking new roofs, siding, and windows. Call today.
The biggest name in streaming and the biggest name in Wisconsin high school sports broadcasting are now in the same place. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today for easy viewing of your favorite high school sports. Find games by season, sport, or school, then sit back and enjoy. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today.
Yeah, that is Jimmy.
Infinity Exteriors, installing peace of mind, roofing, siding, and windows built to last, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. We guarantee quality you can trust. No matter what your everyday life looks like, Fleet Farm has you covered at the best prices guaranteed. Auto, pet, bird, farm, snacks. Fleet Farm has everything you need, all at the lowest prices. Sparks, the defense has been on display early on in this ball game.
Yeah, absolutely. You talk about New Richmond turning that 4-6-3 last inning. Huskies come right back, got a runner on third with just 1 out. They make a great play with the infield in, and then a diving, knock it down the ball at third, get up, throw them out at first. Pitching and defense, we kind of talked about it in the pregame.
Zach Shipman now behind in the count 0-1 against the lefty Aiden Eckert. 1-1 now the count to Shipman. That one just misses outside, 2-1. I would imagine players for these two teams have to be just thrilled playing in nice conditions.
Absolutely.
You're not wearing the
Gorgeous
jackets when you're on the bench. You don't have to wear the big heavy sleeves. All that sort of stuff that you do when the weather's chilly. And this is good baseball
day.
weather for mid-April.
Yeah, it might be middle 60s, but with the way the temperature's been, it feels like 80 today.
Yeah, no kidding. Little roller. Terrace with the scoop. Throw across is in time.
Real good pitch there by Eckert. Got it inside on the hands, sawed him off. If that was a wooden bat, that would have had a lot of splinters.
I've already had to replace one wooden bat this year, Sparks.
And that was just BP?
Right. Now, granted, the broken bat was, that was into season 3 with that thing, so I got my money's worth out of it. Aaron Gus, the batter now for the Huskies. Surely wasn't the bat speed on my part. Like everything else, it's declined. Be that as it may. Gus, another one of those multi-sport athletes that are out here today. Starting guard on the North boys basketball team. Gus takes that one outside. And he's up with the count 3-0.
Pretty guaranteed he's taking a strike here.
You're exactly right, Sparks.
Oh, yeah. We talked about last inning, how Eckert was able to get out of that situation, but it did cost him a lot of pitches. And that's here what you're trying to do again in the second inning. Make him pitch till he runs that pitch count up, and maybe you can get him out in the 5th inning. There's ball 4.
Here's a walk. Yeah, he cruised in his last start against Eau Claire Memorial, and he was in charge. And even though he's pitched on this mound before and been here at Carson Park, it's different when it's not your home field.
Yeah,
There's
exactly.
just something a little different when you're playing on the road, especially for a pitcher. 1 on, 1 out for Cameron Buckman. Swing and a miss. You look at the way the outfielders are positioned for New Richmond. Everybody is in, and they're not expecting anybody to pull Aiden Eckert. Buckman to first, glove by Kretovics, throw down to second. Gust is safe.
Yeah, that's an outstanding play right there by Max Kretovics. He got the out he knew he could get that one at first, so he got the second out, and then you try to hum it down there to your shortstop to get the tag. But that is exactly the right play. Well done.
Made a strong throw, but Gus does run well. Now here's Ben Metler, the runner at second, and 2 down.
Yeah, any kind of single here by Metler should score Gus. He's got good wheels.
Yeah, one catches the corner, and Eckert works ahead of Metler. 0-2. Leadoff hitter Levante Bean waits on deck. Breaking ball, just missed.
Had half of the Tiger team walking
Yeah,
off the
Tigers
field.
infielders were taking a few steps toward their first base side dugout.
Yeah, but if anything, that's a great 0-2 pitch. You didn't miss by much. Try to get him to chase.
Swing and a miss.
Come with the gas. Finish him.
First strikeout recorded by Aiden Eckert. We're through 2 complete here at Carson Park. Still scoreless between New Richmond and Eau Claire North. You're watching Big Rivers Conference Baseball on Zaleski Sports.
You're tuned in to Better Halves. Mike, what are you looking for?
Skip, I'm not getting older. I'm getting better. I still got big plans for my life and my Medicare.
I know exactly what you want from Medicare. Same as all the other guys. Me!
Hey, Mike, I'm Sheila from Security, and I'm just like you. In fact, I'm from your neighborhood, and I've got a Medicare plan that treats you like you.
Did it just get better in here?
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
Whether you are buying or selling, turn to the Jesperson Group at C21 Affiliated. They've got a pulse in the local real estate market, and they can help you with both existing homes and new builds. They can also assist you through each step of the process, making the home buying and selling process simple, not stressful. That is what you get with Jesperson Group at C21 Affiliated. 8, 9, 10 in the New Richmond lineup. Bennett Scribner, Jordan Rice, Alex Audie to face the lefty Caleb Moss as we move to the top of the third. Fast-moving game so far here at Carson Park. And since the Big Rivers Conference went to this basically home-and-home scheduling system where teams will play Tuesday at one site and then they'll move to the other team's home field for the Thursday game, Tuesday is traditionally when the number one pitchers throw.
Yeah, it has been. You're right. It's kind of those match them up and let the ones go at it there, and then you see what you got left over for Thursday.
Moss trying to catch that outside corner, and that one just a little bit off the plate. 3-1 the count now to Bennett Scribner, the catcher. Good pitch by Moss. Took a little off that one. Scribner swung right over the top. Full count now to Scribner. Moss misses upstairs. He issues the walk to Bennett Scribner.
Yeah, for Moss, that's his first walk of the night. He's done a great job of getting ahead and putting guys away.
Here's the right fielder, Jordan Rice. We'll get a courtesy runner over there at first base. That's Dane Lease.
Oh,
Bunt
beautiful.
is down. It's a good one. Moss having problems picking it up. That ball just kind of hugged that lip there between the grass and that dirt path that goes straight from home plate to the mound.
Yeah, beautiful bunt. Got it out there, and like you said, he didn't pick it up clean the first time, and then he knew he was in trouble. So good job here by the Tigers getting their 8-9 guys on, and now they got the top of the order coming up.
Back to the top of the order, and Max Kretovics.
And you'll have to score that for Rice, a base hit.
Yeah, it was an interesting play. And, you know, I noticed this the last time I was here at Carson Park last week, that the path is back. There were a couple seasons
That's
where
right,
they tried to sod that, and not really sure why. That one ripped to right.
And over
and
his
it's
head.
over the head of Bush.
This was
Runners
score
on their
one.
horse. Here comes Lease, the lead runner. He will score. And it's an RBI double for Max Kretovics.
Well, good job, bottom of the order, setting the table. Max Kredovitz comes up with the big blow off the wall for a double.
Yeah, that one got out there in a hurry and over the head of Paxton Bush. He had no chance on that one. Did well just to hustle that ball back to the infield. But it's second and third now. Still nobody out. Here's Regan Driscoll. Driscoll takes a strike on the corner. Still early enough, you don't have to play the infield in.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you there. You want to stay back in the middle and make sure you're getting outs right now.
Popped up to right. Bush settling under it, makes the catch. Runner from third will tag and score. RBI sac flyer, Reagan Driscoll. Jordan Rice crosses the plate to make it 2-0, and on the play, Max Kredovitz advances to third.
Yeah, Driscoll does his job, gets the deep fly ball. Both runners are able to move up, so they get their second run and a runner at third with just the one out.
Here's Gavin Terrace. Terrace flew out to right field. Now the infield in for the North Huskies. And while it is early, Sparks, top of three, you know, when you're facing a pitcher the quality of Aiden Eckert of New Richmond, every run matters.
Yeah, if you're going to do it in the first inning, you're certainly going to do it here in the third. So they pulled him in then and saved themselves a run, and here they're going to do it again now in the third. Same thing, trying to cut down that extra run, keep it at 2-0.
That one just missing on the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike with 1 out. Max Kredovitz, the runner at third.
And I firmly believe he's going on contact. They didn't do it in the first. I think they will with him.
Moss just misses a little bit on that outside corner. A hack by Terrace. Two balls, 2 strikes. That one misses just low, and the count is full.
That was a tough pitch right there. Terrace did a nice job of laying off. Came back with that changeup right there in 2-2, and Terrace held off.
Driven deep to left, but foul.
Yeah, that one found the football field, but
Uh-huh.
did not keep it fair.
There was one we could have calculated the launch angle.
That was up there.
We'd need the right instruments, though, to really make that.
I'm no help with that one. That's
Well,
for
no,
sure.
no, neither over here.
Ooh.
That one just missed on the
Slow,
outside
yeah,
corner.
slow
Moss-
breaking ball. I tried to bring it back over the corner. Just
Moss
missed outside.
is looking in and trying
Yeah.
to get an indication.
Yeah, he wants to know where that one
Where
missed.
did that one miss? Gorman, the catcher, kind of held the glove right there. And so now we have runners at the corners. And with that, we're going to get a mound visit. Again, this all started with the walk to Bennett Scribner. And then the infield bunt single by Jordan Rice. Kredovitz followed with an RBI double and a sac fly. Tigers leading the Huskies by a score of 2-0 as we play here in the top of the third inning. At Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, whether you are a professional athlete, weekend warrior, or simply have an aching joint, rest assured that you will receive unsurpassed care delivered with compassion and respect. When you need it most, visit the sports medical experts at Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. HS Fence specializes in chain link, vinyl, wood, and ornamental fencing. They have been providing commercial and residential fencing to the people of Wisconsin for the past 18 years. Contact them today in Fall Creek or at hsfencewi.com. Matt Fowkes skies one to right.
It's got some carry.
Drifting back. And it's off the fence. That'll score a run. Max Tredovics comes home. 3-0 Tigers. Boy, that was close to going out.
Yeah, like you said, the left to right wind, it just kind of carried a little bit, and right field had a little bit of trouble finding that fence and the ball, and it dropped for a single. Not sure what Terrace was doing, like he was tagging on that thing. He should have been halfway and would have been at second easily and maybe even gone for third.
So Matt Fowkes now 2 for 2.
And yeah, he put a charge into a couple of those.
Max Dirks grounds that one right at the Huskies dugout. Still only one out. Bouncing ball, right side. Buckman's got it. Race to the bag. Out at first. The runners move up.
Yeah, he had an opportunity to go to second with that one as the ball was taking him that way. Could have maybe gotten that one of the lead runners there at second instead. But made sure the out, they've got two with runners in second and third.
So here's the pitcher, Aiden Eckert. Eckert bounced out to second baseman Aaron Gust, who made a really nice defensive play. Eckert, a chance to give himself a couple insurance runs here. Takes that curveball inside.
Yeah, this would be huge here. If Eckert could find a single out in the grass, he could score 2 on this and really put the Tigers in a good shape.
Here's a breaking ball, misses up, 2-0. Fouled right back to the screen.
Yeah, Eckert was sitting on the fastball that time as he had missed with a couple curves.
Two down here in the third. 3 runs already across for the Tigers. And we've got activity in the north bullpen. Rip to right, base hit. Terrace scores. Here comes Fowkes. No throw. It's a 2-run single for Aiden Eckert.
Well, we talked about a big 2 out here would score 2, and he did. Great job by Eckert coming through to help himself out.
And a courtesy runner for the pitcher Eckert. That's Regan Savarine doing the running over at first base.
Huskies looking at a tough deficit now, 5-0 here in the top of the third.
When you look at the first 2 innings, Savarine is running. Gorman's throw, stolen base.
Great jump right there with Savarine, yeah. First move on that lefty, he was gone. Made that one easy.
Solberg, the 9th batter for New Richmond in this inning. Mason Bruzewicz is getting loose in the north bullpen. Good pitch by Moss. Low inside to Solberg. Driven deep to left. Long run, Levante Bean. The wind holds it up, and Bean tracks it down.
Well, you said it. I think the wind kept that one in.
9 players come to bat for New Richmond. Tigers score 5 times. Huskies looking to rally when we return bottom 3. You're watching Big Rivers Baseball on Zaleski Sports.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wheatrick family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
New Richmond leading Eau Claire North 5-0. Huskies coming to bat here, bottom of the third inning. To cover your church, call the Dahlman Insurance Agency for a coverage analysis. Dahlman Insurance covers churches in Wisconsin with the Hastings Insurance Company. Online at DahlmanInsurance.com. Come for the rates, stay for the service. Huskies will send the top of the order up here in the bottom half of the third. Levante Bean, Caleb Moss, Jack Gorman. It was this top part of the North order that loaded the bases with just one out in the top of the first, but Eckert was able to induce the double play grounder to get out of that inning unscathed.
Yeah, Bean's got the only single that the Huskies have today.
And that was an opposite field shot between the second and first baseman. Bean takes that one outside. Bean fouls that one off, 1-2.
Yeah, you can just tell by his swing. He's kind of like an inside-out swing. He's going to go oppo here. So look for him to push one again to that right side. See if Eckert wants to jam him inside.
He did come inside that time. It's a foul ball.
Yeah, he tied them all up. As you can see how he fouled that one straight down.
Sparks, if you're on the north bench, if you're one of the coaches, what are you telling the guys? Okay, inning's over. You gave up the runs.
Yep. Just got to start fighting back. Yep. And again, one at a time, right? You just got to chip away. There's that little half swing
left
again.
Left side, Terrace the scoop and the throw. Boy, close play. Bean runs really well, but Terrace got the throw over there just in the nick of time.
Yeah, I'd say Bean runs well. That might be an understatement. Holy smokes, he was flying down that line. And that's really why he just tries to put the bat on the ball and put it into play. He's not swinging hard. Just put it on the ground and run.
And that was one of those do-or-die plays for Terrace. If he bobbles that at all, Bean beats that.
Yeah, Terrace was an excellent play. He knew he had to get rid of it.
Caleb Moss behind in the count, 0-1.
Remember we said that the Huskies let Eckert off in that first inning, had a chance. You can see Eckert starting to really settle in now.
Well, it's always nice as the pitcher if you're pitching with the 5-run lead. You know you don't have to be perfect. You just execute your game plan. But to your point earlier about the North approach, yeah, you can't really change anything. You just, again, try to grind out some at-bats, try to get some base runners, try to get some traffic on the base paths.
You know, and you even said between innings, well, second time around the order. So now the Huskies have already seen him once, and they get a chance to make those adjustments in the box, figure out what he's throwing, and kind of react a little bit better to him. So they've, again, plenty of time left. We're only in the third. Just got to start chipping away with some runs at some point.
Lifted to left. Max Dirks coming on, makes the catch. 2 up, 2 down here, bottom of the third. Jack Gorman coming to the plate. Gorman reached via the walk.
Yeah, Gorman last time pretty much got the intentional, unintentional walk. He did not see a good pitch to hit at all with an open base behind over there.
Takes a strike from Eckert.
Good pitch by Eckert, though. The fastball inside. Good start.
Boy, that got people scattering over by that New Richmond dugout.
and got him hiding inside now.
Yeah, the players are like, coaches, you're on your own.
Yeah, Gorman was extremely tardy on that one.
Moving down.
Good job by Eckert getting ahead. Now 0-2 on the count. A couple of fastballs in and one away.
Went with the curveball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. It's one of those as a pitcher, you know it as soon as it leaves your hand. You're like, okay.
That didn't feel right.
That grip was not that I wanted. 2-2 pitch. Grounded up the middle. Fawkes, the scoop.
He's
close play, but
that was a lot
Gorman
closer.
Is retired, yeah. Huskies down in order, bottom 3. 4th inning coming up right after this. You're watching Big Rivers Conference Baseball on Zaleski Sports.
We're back with Better Halves. Jane is looking for a better health plan. Jane?
I need someone who'll make time for me. So, how would you two get to know me?
You want time? I'll keep you on hold all night long.
He sounds gross.
Jane, I'm Steve from Security. I won't treat you like a number. I've got award-winning service and coverage made just for you.
Now that's better. Next up, networks.
Is your business, church, or organization getting a fair deal on your copier contracts? Do you even know how much you're spending? Bauer & Fine Business Technologies has been in the office technology industry for 70 years. We have an award-winning service department, and customers love our fair and flexible service contracts. If you're currently a customer, thank you. If you currently work with one of our competitors, let's talk. We can tell you if you're overpaying or getting a good deal. BBT, we want to be the easiest vendor you work with. b-bt.com.
Mutual of Wausau Insurance, protecting homes, farms, and businesses since 1875. Visit mutualofwausau.com to find an agent near you. Security Financial Bank, SFB, whether you are starting a business, buying your first home, or saving for college, SFB has the bankers who believe in you. Learn more today at sfbank.com, member FDIC. New pitcher for the Huskies is Mason Bruzewitz, the right-hander. Takes over for Caleb Moss, who worked the first 3 for the Huskies.
Yeah, Bruzewitz is a junior, and we did see him last year as a sophomore throw for the Huskies. And like we talked about, he is going to be a little bit of a harder thrower than Moss, that's for sure, coming from that right side. You know, again, another guy likes to throw hard and mix in that slider. So he's also led the team in appearances. He's got 4 games under his belt with the most innings. He's got 13 1/3 so far this season, so he's been used quite a bit.
He'll face 8-9-1 in that New Richmond order. Bennett Scribner, Jordan Rice, back to the top for Max Kredovics. And that one clipped Bennett Scribner, so leadoff base runner. For the Tigers, once again, Dane Lease will be the courtesy runner.
Yeah, Scribner again, leading off the inning and gets himself on base. Bottom of this order is trying to get themselves on for another rally like that last inning.
Third baseman Shipman with 1 foot on the grass. Rice not squaring. Took that one for a ball.
Yeah, we'll see if they just want to give Jordan Rice 1 swing before he bunts. See if he can do something with it.
Rice takes outside, 2 balls, no strikes. Got some activity in the New Richmond bullpen as well. Three balls, no strikes to Jordan Rice. Bruzewitz comes back with a strike. 3 balls, 1 strike.
See if the Tigers want to put the runner in motion here on this 3-1.
There he goes. Throw from Gorman. Safe at second. Once again, Jordan Fish, the Huskies head coach, coming out of the dugout.
Yeah, you like to put emotion right to that runner because if it's a 3-1 grooved pitch, you kind of got a hit and run out of it. But he took it to run the count full, so now he's got a guy in scoring position here with a full count.
And there's a walk.
Didn't miss by much, just off the edge.
A walk and a hit batsman. So once again, the table is set for the top of the Tigers' order. Here's Max Kredovitz. 1 for 2, he doubled in a run in the third. He also came around to score. Bruzewicz trying to find that control. Two on, nobody out. Tigers put up a 5-spot last inning. Kredovitz pops it up on the infield. Shipman, the third baseman, under it.
The infield fly rule there in effect, obviously, with nobody out and runners in first and second. Big out right there for Bruzewicz.
So now the double play remains in order. Bruzewicz can get out of this jam with a ground ball. Gavin Terrace, 0 for 1, walked in the third, came around to score. Here's a strike from Bruzewicz.
Yeah, good fastball right there on the inside half.
When Bruzewicz hits his spots, he is tough.
Yeah, because you're right. Like you said, he's got enough velo. Good slider.
Took something off that one. Caught the corner, 1-2.
Yeah, that's the best one he's thrown so far today. Throws that again, he might get that ground ball for a double play.
That one in the dirt. Gorman scoops the throw to third. Safe at third. And this has got Jordan Fish coming out of the dugout again.
Yeah, it's probably about the third call today that he's thought they had him, and he just hasn't gotten the call. He did have to catch it up the line and then reach back for the tag. So I think Blue was thinking he slid around that tag and was in before it got to him.
So a couple of stolen bases for the courtesy runner Dane Lease.
Home plate umpire Jimmy Day is going to come out there and try to break this up. That's the nice thing about having somebody that you know behind the plate. Jim Day does a great job commanding the game, running it, and taking charge, and coaches know him, so you feel comfortable talking to him, and he just runs a tight ship.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, runners at the corners. Pitch to Terrace, runner going. Gorman throws down. Another stolen base.
Does get the strikeout, though, of Driscoll.
So Driscoll rung up. And here's Gavin Terrace. 0 for 1, walked and scored in the third. Trying to bring home another couple runners right here. One and one now, the count to Terrace. Wind has died down a little bit here at Carson Park. Big swing by Terrace, comes up empty.
Yeah, again, there's that slider. He does a nice job. If he could throw that, Brusewitz puts that fastball on the inside half and then comes back with that slider, he can really get himself out of trouble right here.
Trying to catch that outside corner, missed by just a bit. 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Terrace.
Well, Brusewitz doesn't have to give in. He's got first base open. So if he wants to come back with that slider for a swing and miss, here's a good opportunity.
No.
Oof.
Thought he was going to
ring him up, yeah.
And it's a walk. So Terrace is aboard. Lease remains at third. Rice at second. And here's Matt Folks. 2 for 2 with the run scored. Up the middle. Scoop by the shortstop Metler. The flip to Gust for the force out. Tigers threaten. Do not score. North Huskies coming to bat, bottom 4, trailing 5-0. You're watching Big Rivers Baseball on Zaleski Sports.
At Ridgetop, we are your trusted, local, affordable exterior renovations expert. Isn't that right, Bo?
Exactly, especially when we are working on someone's biggest investment.
Can you give us an example, Bo?
Well, there was this house. We replaced the roofing, siding, and windows. Then they left a 5-star review.
One of our thousands of 5-star reviews?
Exactly.
For your free, no obligation estimate, call us today or go to ridgetopexteriors.com.
Hey, you're tuned in to Better Halves.
Skip, I love my hometown, and I want a health plan that feels the same way. So, what are your favorite local date spots?
Oh, yeah, I know like all the date spots in Eclair.
Jane, I'm Steve from Security. I've lived here in Wisconsin my whole life, and that means I understand your health coverage needs better.
By the way, Doug, it's Eau Claire. I have a dozen Eclairs in my dressing room.
Just like these players bring their best to the field, Ridgetop Exteriors brings top-tier performance to your home. From roofing projects to siding, windows, and doors, Ridgetop Exteriors has the winning strategy to protect your home. Visit ridgetopexteriors.com and score big with trusted, local, affordable service. Aiden Pankratz will lead it off for the Huskies, who will send up 4, 5, 6 in their batting order against the lefty Aiden Eckert, who's allowed just the 1 run through 3 innings.
Just the 1 hit, yeah.
Huskies loaded him up in the first inning. Were unable to score. 1 base runner since. Pankratz was one of those base runners. He reached on a walk in the first. Swing and a miss. Pankratz down on strikes. That'll bring up Paxton Bush. Bush bounced into that inning double play in the first.
You know, with a 5-run lead right now, 5-zip, I think Eckert could literally just sit back and throw fastballs in and out, up and down, and be just fine. He's got enough natural movement on that arm side run. It's going to be tough for those Huskies to catch up to it.
Yeah, and there have not been a lot of hard hit balls at all for the Huskies.
Their one pop-ups and ground balls, yeah.
Their 1 hit was a little bit of a tweener on the infield that got between the first and second baseman. Other than that. So if you're a hitter, the challenge is, okay, I'm just going to try to square up as best I can. If it means going opposite field, so be it. But you're facing a guy who's One of the better pitchers in the conference and is very much in cruise control. Tough play
This
left
could be
side.
tough,
Folks, the throw in, not in time.
Yeah, some indecision there on who was going to cover first.
Bush beats it out.
Yeah, pitcher's just got to go. Eckert just has to get off the mound and get to first. That way you've got somebody there and let the other two field it.
Now, the irony, Sparks, and we talked about this during the pregame warm-ups, is that New Richmond's one of the teams that practices that play. They don't use their starter isn't out there, the starting pitcher. He's in the bullpen warming up, but they have other guys practicing going to cover first base so that the infielders
get to work
can make
at
that
it,
flip and get to work that. So here's Zach Shipman batting with the runner on. It was also one of those that was kind of just the way it was hit. It was worth Kredovic's time to try to go after it, but as he was doing that, he realized, I'm not going to get there.
Yeah, and then he couldn't get back, and that's why you want that pitcher to call him off and just say, I got the bag, because he's sprinting over there. Well, he didn't. He just kind of let Kredovic hang out there, and then he couldn't get back and find the ball. So, again, pitchers, just get to the bag, call off that first baseman, you're there.
Yeah, you can always break that way, and if you see your first baseman retreating, okay, then you can just pull up and let the play develop.
Good breaking ball.
Shipman up there battling, but he's just behind in the count, 0-2. Bouncing ball up the middle. Driscoll's got it. Throw across in time.
Nice play by Driscoll. Slow roll up the middle. Come and get that and just get you out at first. Get that, especially when you're up 5-0. Get that second out. Good job.
So Shipman is retired for the second time today. Here's Aaron Gust, who reached via a walk in the second. Gust takes a strike. Big hack by Gust. He's now down 0-2 in the count. Swing and a miss. Pulled the string. Gust down on strike. Second K of the inning for the lefty Aiden Eckert. 4 complete at Carson Park. Your score, New Richmond 5, Eau Claire North 0. You're watching Big Rivers Conference Baseball on Zaleski Sports.
ZaleskiSports.com has leveled up. Go to ZaleskiSports.com and choose your favorite schools for easy navigation. From the homepage, choose your school to see team records, upcoming schedules, and past results. Use the video icon to launch the next broadcast. Use the arrow icon to watch any previous broadcast. See the full weekly schedule too. Level up at ZaleskiSports.com.
Welcome to Bruce Orthodontics, where we provide comprehensive orthodontic care to patients of all ages. We are now accepting new patients, and we accept most insurances.
Orthodontics is much more than just a job to me. It is my passion and my life. What separates us from other orthodontists is constant continuing education for myself and my staff, compassion, and dedication. Here at Bruce Orthodontics, we change lives one smile at a time. I'd love the opportunity to meet you and transform your smile.
Call us to set up your free consultation today.
Bruce Orthodontics provides comprehensive orthodontic care for patients of all ages. They are now accepting new patients at their Marshfield office, and they take most insurances. At Bruce Orthodontics, they are changing lives one smile at a time. Set up a free consultation today. Max Dirks, Aiden Eckert, Alex Solberg, scheduled hitters here in the 5th for the New Richmond Tigers. Second inning of work for the right-hander Mason Bruzewitz, who pitched himself in and out of trouble last inning.
Yeah, it'd be nice for Bruzewitz to have a smooth inning right here. Just kind of get them up, get them down, and get back in for that offense as they're trailing 5-0.
Yeah, he's got that live arm, and when he's on, he's very effective. Rip to left, but just foul. That one ripped to left. That's a fair ball. Into the corner. Bean plays it off the fence. A leadoff stand-up double for Max Dirks. Straighten that one out. Put it down the line fair.
Yeah, first one he yanks foul, and that time he kept his hands inside and able to keep it between the lines. He's got himself a stand-up double. Again, another great start here for the Tigers here in the 5th.
Here's Aiden Eckert, the pitcher, 1 for 2. Had a single that knocked in a pair in the 3rd, part of that 5-run inning for New Richmond that has been the difference today.
Yeah, Eckert's hit in the 3rd there was huge. A 2-out single that scored 2 to balloon it up to 5-0.
Eckert takes that one upstairs. It's 2-0. That one catches the corner, 2-1. Good pitch by Brusewitz. Went upstairs. Eckert couldn't catch up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Shadows starting to take effect here at Carson Park. The batter's box in the shade now.
Eckert trying hard here now to pull this thing to the right side to move that runner up. With nobody out and a runner in second, you've got to get that ball to the right side to move the runner.
Swing and a miss. Great pitch from Brusewitz. Eckert down on strikes.
Yeah, good pitch. Threw that slider down at that back foot. Right over the top for Eckert. A good strikeout there for Brusewitz.
Here's the DH Alex Solberg, 0 for 2. Ground out and a flyout. Solberg takes just a bit outside, 1-0. Brusewitz has definitely found that slider in his repertoire of pitches.
Yeah, you've got Solberg way ahead on pitches. Everything he's done today has been pull hard, so anything off speed is going to fool him.
Solberg pops it up on the infield. Shipman will make the catch. 2 down.
There it was again, something up and in, right off the handle. Good pitch. A couple of good pitches here now by Brusewitz. He's got a chance to get out of this.
Here's Bennett Scribner. Scribner has been on base twice, walked and scored in the 3rd, was hit by a pitch in the 4th. He was the first batter to face the reliever Mason Brusewitz.
Sees one high and tight there on the first pitch.
Fastball misses up, 2-0. Now 3-0 to Scribner. Get me over strike there. It's 3-1. Popped up. Buckman going over, makes the one-handed catch. The Tigers are retired, and they are half of the fifth. North Huskies coming to bat, bottom 5 when we return. You're watching Big Rivers Conference Baseball on Zaleski Sports.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now.
Hi, I'm Josh Barks, owner of Infinity Exteriors. 9 out of 10 brand new roofs can't pass a simple manufacturer warranty inspection, meaning 9 out of 10 brand new roofs have no warranty. Infinity operates on principles instilled in my Marine Corps service: honor, courage, and commitment. Infinity is meticulous craftsmanship, unbeatable quality, and always at the best price. Infinity buys more, pays less, passing those savings directly to you. We're booking new roofs, siding, and windows. Call today.
Bottom half of inning number 5 from Carson Park. New Richmond leading the Eau Claire North Huskies by a score of 5-0. North will send up 8-9-1 in their batting order. Scheduled hitters Cameron Buckman, Ben Metler, and back to the top for Levante Bean. To face the righty, Aiden Eckert, who's given up just the 2 hits today. North had a chance against him in the first when they loaded the bases with 1 out. Eckert got the double play, and he's pretty much been in cruise control ever since. He's allowed just a couple of base runners since that first inning.
Yeah, we talked about how Huskies blew that opportunity in the first, and sometimes you allow a pitcher to settle in, he'll cruise, and it's exactly what Eckert's done since the first.
He's worked ahead of Buckman. 0-2. Buckman sends one to right. Jordan Rice makes the catch, dealing with that sun out there in right field. 1 down, that'll bring up Ben Metler, who's 0 for 1. The right-hander Nick Stelright is throwing in the New Richmond bullpen.
Yeah, he could come in today and close this one out and still have the pitch count low enough to come back on Thursday for the start.
Here's a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike, and Ben Metler.
Good pitch. That fastball inside of Metler just tied him up.
Came back with a fastball. Metler down on strikes for the second time today. 2 down, back to the top of the order. Here's Levante Bean. Bean singled to lead off the bottom half of the first. Moved over to third, but was stranded there. Bounced out to third base in the third inning in a really close play. Takes a strike from Eckert.
Well, you can see the Tigers' adjustment already. Look at the infield. They know they have to come in because of his speed. He'll just put it on the ground and run. You've got to be in for him. Here it comes again.
Driscoll, the throw across is in time. Huskies go down 1, 2, 3 in their half of the fifth. 5 complete from Carson Park. New Richmond will come to bat, top of 6, leading 5-0 when we return. You are watching Big Rivers Baseball on Zaleski Sports.
The biggest name in streaming and the biggest name in Wisconsin high school sports broadcasting are now in the same place. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today for easy viewing of your favorite high school sports. Find games by season, sport, or school, then sit back and enjoy. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today.
You're tuned in to Better Halves. Mike, what are you looking for?
Skip, I'm not getting older. I'm getting better. I still got big plans for my life and my Medicare.
I know exactly what you want from Medicare. Same as all the other guys. Me!
Hey, Mike, I'm Sheila from Security, and I'm just like you. In fact, I'm from your neighborhood, and I've got a Medicare plan that treats you like you.
Did it just get better in here?
We are back at Carson Park, top of the 6th. And it'll be 9-1-2 for New Richmond. Tigers leading the Eau Claire North Huskies by a score of 5-0. Jordan Rice to lead it off for New Richmond.
Yeah, Jordan Rice done a nice job today. He's been on twice. He's got a single and a walk. So the 9-hole hitter's getting on twice, setting the table for the top.
Calling a strike now to Rice. Bruzewicz catches the corner. He's ahead in the count 1-2. Bouncing ball right side. Takes a nice hop there for Buckman. The flip to Bruzewicz for the out.
Good job covering right there by Bruzewicz. Sorry about that, Brad. I was just going to say, Bruzewicz, excellent job getting off the mound, covering first.
It's exactly what you want your pitcher to do.
No hesitation.
You got to read that, and again, those are the things you work at. You work a lot on that early in the season. You kind of do it through the course of the season. When you were coaching, Sparks, did you find that there were certain guys you'd always have to kind of remind of those situations?
At times, but usually fortunately for us, we've had that experience on the mound. Those kids are coming up and they're throwing, they're juniors and seniors. So you really have a lot of experience on the mound. They just have that natural reaction. And again, it's stuff you work on every week. It's a 2 or 3 day a week with practice. You're doing it sometime in your practice.
Maybe I'm just thinking the guys I played with. Some that you always had to remind them, here's what you're doing. Oh, right.
Well, and the key to that, to be honest, is your catcher. Anytime that ball's hit to the right side, they're screaming, cover one, cover one, cover one. That really helps her, like you said, makes that pitcher just react and go and not think about it.
Yeah, I always thought the best catchers were not just the guys who, blocked balls, physically good catchers, but guys who could direct the defense, that had that good memory of, okay, he went this way last time, be aware of this, shade over here, that can kind of take charge, because they're the guy that sees all the fielders.
Yeah, your best catchers are just like another coach on the field, absolutely.
I think Gorman is one of those guys for the Huskies.
Absolutely.
He's kind of a take charge guy behind the plate.
He's got good experience. Yep, he's senior.
He blocks pitches in the dirt. Works well with his pitchers. Has a strong arm. Swing and a miss. Kredovics down on strikes. Kredovics now 1 for 4. Here's Regan Driscoll. 0 for 2. Also had the RBI sac fly in the third.
Yeah, I figured he'd be up there hacking. He's got a couple of strikeouts today, so he wanted to get on top of that first pitch, try to put it in play.
That one catches the corner. Brusewitz has worked ahead 0-2. Strike three. Tigers go down in order. Top of 6. Huskies coming to bat. Bottom half of the inning when we return to Carson Park. You're watching Big Rivers Conference Baseball on Zaleski Sports.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wietrich family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
We are back at Carson Park. Getting late for the North Huskies. They trail 5-0 as we move to the bottom of the 6th inning. Although the Huskies have the heart of their order coming up. 2-3-4, Caleb Moss, Jack Gorman, Aiden Pankratz, the scheduled hitters, to face the left-hander, Aiden Eckert. He's working on a 2-hit shutout through 5 innings. Moss 0 for 1 officially, put down the sacrifice bunt in the first.
You know, it's interesting, through 5, Eckert only has 4 strikeouts to his name, which is really down for him. He's a strikeout pitcher, but he just hasn't allowed them to have solid contact. He's just kept the Huskies off balance, a lot of little pop-ups, fly balls, lazy ground balls, so he's just done a good job keeping them off.
And that one clips Caleb Moss. So it'll bring up the catcher, Jack Gorman.
Well, that's exactly what the Huskies needed here in the 6th. To get the leadoff man on, set the table, get the meat of the order up to see if they can start a rally.
Gorman takes that one for a strike. Gorman gets a piece, sends it foul. Bouncing ball. Fowkes knocks it down, but it goes right to Driscoll, the shortstop. They don't get the double play, but that one worked out pretty well for the Richmond Tigers.
I've seen guys do a glove flip, but I don't think that was his intention on that one.
Goes into the book as a 4-6 fielder's choice. So Gorman on with 1 out. Here's Aiden Pankratz. Pankratz 0 for 1, walking a strikeout. Bouncing ball to third. Terrace has it to second for 1. Relay in time. 5-4-3 double play turned by the Tigers. 6 complete from Carson Park. And your score is New Richmond 5, Eau Claire North 0. You're watching Big Rivers Baseball on Zaleski Sports.
We're back with better halves. Jane is looking for a better health plan. Jane?
I need someone who'll make time for me. So, how would you two get to know me?
You want time? I'll keep you on hold all night long.
He sounds gross.
Jane, I'm Steve from security. I won't treat you like a number. I've got award-winning service and coverage made just for you.
Now that's better. Next up, networks.
Is your business, church, or organization getting a fair deal on your copier contracts? Do you even know how much you're spending? Bauer & Fine Business Technologies has been in the office technology industry for 70 years. We have an award-winning service department, and customers love our fair and flexible service contracts. If you're currently a customer, thank you. If you currently work with one of our competitors, let's talk. We can tell you if you're overpaying or getting a good deal. BBT, we want to be the easiest vendor you work with. b-bt.com.
We move to inning number 7 here at Carson Park. New Richmond coming to bat, leading Eau Claire North by a score of 5-0. Mason Bruzewitz on for his 3rd inning of relief.
Yeah, Bruzewitz done a nice job as he's come in like he's had in relief. He's kept them off the board now for 3 innings. Matt got him only allowing the 1 hit. He does have a couple walks, but again, done a nice job in relief for the Huskies.
We'll face 3, 4, 5 in this New Richmond order. Gavin Terrace, Matt Fowkes, Max Dirks.
Tell you what, that double play in the bottom of the 6th might have just saved Eckert enough pitches where he can come out there for the 7th. You know, we talked about he wasn't striking many out, but he sure got the great ground ball when he needed it.
High and deep to left, Levante Bean going back, makes the catch.
Boy, did he have to run a long way for that one. We talked about his speed. Sure came in handy out there in left field to track that in left center.
And I think the key for Bean is he never took his eye off the ball.
Yeah, from where he started to where he got to is probably one of the longest runs I've seen an outfielder take to get to a ball.
Nicely done out there in left by Levante Bean. Here's Matt Fowkes.
Well, and the other factor is that was a leadoff hitter. That would have been a leadoff double for the Tigers looking to add on instead. It's a big first out here in the 7th.
Fowkes 2 for 3 at the plate today. Double in the 2nd, single and a run scored in the 3rd, but down on strikes here. Here's Max Dirks. Dirks double in his last at bat, 1 for 3. Boy, since that first inning that Bruzewitz threw, and he was kind of fighting his control a little bit, that's a 1 hopper and a base hit for Max Dirks, who's now 2 for 4.
Yeah, I know where you're going with that. You're right. Since that inning when he just kind of lost his control and put a couple of people on by walk, he's been real solid. That's just the 2nd hit he's given up.
Well, all you can do if you come in that situation is just try to give your team a chance.
Yep.
You know, just kind of hold things where they're at.
Yeah, put up zeros, and that's right. Just keep them there at 5, and eventually your team can work its way back into it.
Here's Aiden Eckert. Two and out on the count to Eckert. Knocked in a pair of runs in the 3rd. He's 1 for 3. Takes a strike there from Bruzewitz. It's 2-1.
Yeah, I keep going back to Eckert's hit there in that 3rd inning. It made it from a 3-0 game to a 5-0 with 2 outs, that big 2-out hit. Just a big difference.
Gorman able to track down that ball. It's some more activity. It's a different righty out there throwing for New Richmond. And there's a walk. So Eckert is aboard. 2 on now with 2 outs. Here's Alex Solberg, We'll get Regan Savarine running for Eckert over at first. Good pitch from Bruzewicz, pulls the string on Solberg. Solberg looking for his first hit. Ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, that foul ball, I think, came straight back and got Gorman there in the mask. Umpires going to come around and give him a couple minutes to collect his thoughts.
That one misses outside. It's 2-2 now to Solberg. Strike 3 called. Another K for Bruzewicz. He does his job. 4 scoreless innings for the right-hander Mason Bruzewicz. Last call, though, for the Huskies. Bottom 7 coming up. North trailing New Richmond 5-0. We'll have that for you after the break. You're watching Big Rivers Baseball on Zaleski Sports.
At Ridgetop, we are your trusted, local, affordable exterior renovations expert. Isn't that right, Bo?
Exactly, especially when we are working on someone's biggest investment.
Can you give us an example, Bo?
Well, there was this house. We replaced the roofing, siding, and windows. Then they left a 5-star review.
One of our thousands of 5-star reviews?
Exactly.
For your free, no obligation estimate, call us today or go to ridgetopexteriors.com.
Hey, you're tuned in to Better Halves.
Skip, I love my hometown, and I want a health plan that feels the same way. So, what are your favorite local date spots?
Oh, yeah, I know like all the date spots in Eclair.
Jane, I'm Steve from Security. I've lived here in Wisconsin my whole life, and that means I understand your health coverage needs better.
By the way, Doug, it's Eau Claire. I have a dozen Eclairs in my dressing room.
We are back at Carson Park. North Huskies coming to bat. Bottom 7, trailing New Richmond 5-0. 5-6-7 in the North lineup. Coming up, Paxton Bush, Zach Shipman, Aaron Gust, the scheduled hitters. To face the lefty, Aiden Eckert. Eckert trying to finish things off here. First pitch swinging. Alex Awney having a little bit of an adventure out there, but he makes the catch.
Yeah, it didn't look that difficult. He had a good job beat on it. It was just a line drive, which are tough to figure out sometimes, but was kind of there, and then he stubbed his toe right in the turf after he caught it. So he was out there kind of chuckling at himself.
And by my unofficial scoring, Sparks, that's the first ball hit out to center field by the Huskies.
That's my mind also. Yeah, there hasn't been many fly balls at all.
So, yeah, you go the whole game. You don't get any action, and all of a sudden the first one hit to you is right at you. It's one of those sinking liners.
Yeah, by my book, I've only got 2 fly balls, one to right, one to left, and now that one would be your third one out to center. Everything else has been on the ground.
Ball and a strike now with 1 out. Zach Shipman fights that one off. But another good pitch by Eckert. Eckert so often today has just pounded guys inside, kind of sawed them off a little bit. Catches the corner there for strike 3. Huskies now down to their final out.
Looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter here.
Stepping in for the Huskies will be McCabe Tessing-Ritter. Tessing-Ritter, a junior, who's a guy we saw playing a fair amount for the Huskies boys basketball team. Makes a strike.
Yeah, Eckerd's not messing around now. He's just pounding the zone with fastballs.
And with that, there is no more activity in the New Richmond bullpen.
Again, in high school baseball, you've got to keep track of the pitch count. You cannot go over 100 unless he's already working on that batter. And so obviously, Eckerd's in good shape. Like you said, they've already put down the guy in the bullpen, and he's got 2 outs right here.
Strike 3 call. Eckerd ends it with a pair of strikeouts. Well done by the New Richmond lefty. Shuts out the North Huskies on 2 hits. This one goes in the books. 5-0 New Richmond. All in all, solid performance by the Tigers. They get the pitching they needed, and boy, that 5-run inning was obviously the difference.
Yeah, timely hitting right there. We talked about how they set the table at the bottom. 8-9 got on board. Then the top rolled around for their at-bats, and they pounded them in. Like you said, scored 5 runs. But what a game today. Both teams played so well with the pitching and defense. Not a single error today in this game by either team. So very well played. Again, Tigers just found a way to put together a big inning. Huskies had an opportunity there in the first, just couldn't come up with the big hit. So that was the difference. The Tigers found a way in one big inning. Huskies were not able to do it in the first and then just got shut down the rest of the way.
Same 2 teams will play Thursday. 4:30 scheduled start at Citizens Field in New Richmond. With the win, the Tigers improved to 8-0. They are 2-0 in Big Rivers Conference play. North Huskies dropped to 4-5 overall, and they suffer their first BRC loss. They are 2-1 in the Big Rivers. Coming up next, the postgame show brought to you by Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Rely on the experience of our sports medicine team when you have any sports-related injury or issue. You can count on prompt, proper diagnosis and a customized treatment plan to meet your goals. Their orthopedic surgeons and our athletic trainers serve your athletes in Eau Claire, Chippewa Falls, and western Wisconsin. That is coming up next, right here on Zaleski Sports.
Hip impingement and hip labral tears are common causes of hip and groin pain and are often the result of repetitive use from crouching sports or trauma. Today, we are visiting Eau Claire, Wisconsin. Dr. Carlson, a partner with Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, is in the forefront of using a newer procedure called hip arthroscopy, which allows minimally invasive access to a joint and treatments to problems never addressed before. Using hip arthroscopy, Dr. Carlson is able to repair tissue without dislocating the hip and without replacing it.
Hip arthroscopy is where a surgeon takes a camera on the end of a long wand, which we call a scope, and through a small poke hole incision in your skin, delivers that scope into a joint. In this particular case, we're talking about hip arthroscopy, where that scope would be put in the hip joint. The hip joint first has to be dislocated or the ball and socket pulled apart. When that's pulled apart, we can access the joint and look around and do the work we're talking about doing. Once inside the joint, through other portals, we call them, those poke holes that we use to access the joint, we can use other instruments, again on the end of a long wand, to perform the work inside the joint. Things like repairing the cartilage rim of the socket, called a labrum, fixing cartilage defects or problems on the head of the ball or the lining of the socket, repairing tissue around the hip, such as ligaments or a capsule, repairing tendons that attach to the hip, or releasing them if need be, depending on the particular problem.
Dr. Carlson's goal is to eliminate the segment of untreated patients or patients with delayed treatment who have curable hip pathology, educating potential patients and their providers that these symptoms are not things they need to live with or that they are not from their back or groin pulls or early arthritis. Few orthopedic surgeons are operating on hips through a scope because it is a newer and technically difficult surgery. Therefore, certain diagnoses may be missed by physicians not familiar with these newer treatment options.
Patients I see with hip joint pain that can be fixed and not just replaced can range from their mid-teens or younger teens to 50, 60 years old. In the past, patients who had labral tears in their hip were told that they may have some pre-arthritis or an early arthritic problem. They may be told that they were just prone to frequent groin pulls in the sport of their choice. And taking some time away from their sport, they may sometimes be able to return to the sport with just continued pain. And fortunately now, with our knowledge of the concept of labral tears and our ability to treat that problem, we can take people who are otherwise just waiting 20 years to undergo a hip replacement, or just feeling that they can't ever participate in that activity because they'll just keep getting groin pulls. We can take that person, we can make them better, we can fix their problem, we can bring them back to their sport, and allow them to continue to develop as an athlete or as a worker or whatever particular activity they're trying to do where that hip was affecting them.
Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine has been committed to the healthcare needs of patients in western Wisconsin for over 45 years. Their success and reputation as an outstanding orthopedic clinic can be attributed to the teamwork of their friendly, knowledgeable physicians and staff.
Here at Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, we have 12 partners, orthopedics, neurosurgery, non-operative spine, and foot and ankle. We really pride ourselves in listening closely to the patients and hearing what they're saying, spending a lot of time engaging in the conversation of what is really bothering that person.
After meeting with the patient, Dr. Carlson determined that his difficulties had all been related to painful hip impingement.
It was incredibly important for me to meet with a doctor that understood sports and athletics and kind of just how I wanted to continue that lifestyle instead of just kind of shutting it down. So meeting with someone like Dr. Carlson was incredibly important to me because he understood how I still wanted to be active after a surgery and still wanted to maintain my daily lifestyle.
While visiting with Dr. Carlson, we learned.
Welcome back to Carson Park. Bob Radovich joined by New Richmond starting pitcher Aiden Eckert. I want to take you back to that first inning. North loads the bases. There's one out. Walk me through what you're thinking, kind of what the plan was at that point.
Well, I was throwing some balls. I just thought, get it in the strike zone, make them hit it. I know my defense is behind me, can make a play, turn a double play, and that's exactly what happened. Your
Infield did that a couple times. Talk about the confidence that you have with those guys back there playing behind you.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a lot of confidence in the shortstop and second baseman. They've been making plays all year and just keep giving them opportunities to make plays, and they keep making them.
When I was talking to Coach Kredovics before the game, and one of the things he mentioned was that you guys are a veteran team, and we remember you guys coming here as sophomores and juniors. It just seems like there's been growth every year. Take me through that whole, that process. I was through that as a player too. You come in as a sophomore, you're trying to help out wherever you can. But then as the years go on, the confidence grows, the skills grow, the strength grows, all that sort of thing.
We've had a lot of struggling years in the past. We haven't been a very good baseball team, especially coming in the Big Rivers, being a new team. And it's just everyone showing up, all the seniors showing up every day and getting better and just keep building the blocks to get where we want to be.
You guys 8-0 now overall. Did you expect that when you got together indoors to get the season started?
I want to say yes, but really, in reality, not really. But, here we are, and we're going to keep rolling with it.
And here we are. You're in the Zaleski Sports Highlight House. So you know how that works?
Yep.
I'm going to hand you the microphone. Look up top, and as soon as Jason gives you the thumbs up, you can do their thing.
I'm Aiden Eckert, and I'm in the house.
Thank you, Aiden. Yep. Best of luck to you guys the rest of the way. We'll see you down the road.
Thank you.
All right, so that's going to do it for our broadcast here at Carson Park. Dave Sparger and I will be back with you Thursday. We will have softball from Eau Claire Memorial High School. For Dave Sparger and Jason Zaleski, check that again. Trevor Zaleski, our videographer and producer today. I'm Bob Radovich saying good afternoon from Carson Park in Eau Claire. All right, thanks.